Check this out, an event taking place next week here in Baton Rouge, Men to Health, Real Men Go to Therapy. A great event that I couldn't wait to tell you about. Dr. Christie Ricard is here with us on set to talk about this. This is your event that's going to take place next week. Tell me a little bit about it.
This is to reduce the stigma around men in therapy.
Okay.
I believe that our society has socialized men to suppress their emotions, and they are not really comfortable being vulnerable. So this is to change the conversation around men and mental health.
Dealing with that false machismo thing that goes on.
Real men
so
don't
often.
ask for help.
Yeah.
Real men, don't get depressed and
Right.
anxious, and then it really affects their identity and masculinity sometimes.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm from a generation where you were just told to suck it up.
Toughen
don't
it
ever
out.
cry, tough it out. No,
Yeah.
Don't talk about how you feel. Keep
Yeah.
that stuff to yourself. And we've since seen that that has a really negative impact both on the person and the person's surroundings. And I do think more people, would you agree, are becoming more open to talking about mental health, their mental health, right?
I do agree.
So how much further do we have to go?
A long way to go,
Yeah.
because this has reached our young people.
Yeah.
As you were just explaining earlier, that we have a lot of teenagers, especially males, that have maladaptive ways of expressing their emotions. Just thinking about not talking about what they're really dealing with, and finding violence as a way to express those emotions.
I attended an event last fall that Twana Harris at the Butterfly Society put together. And there was a mental health professional there, and she said something that won't be news to you, but that was so interesting to me. She said that in the case of some people, if they experience a trauma at the age of 12, that mentally, for some of them, they never develop emotionally beyond that.
That is true. It's called arrested development.
Arrested development.
Arrested development.
How much of that do you think is happening in our society?
A lot. We have a lot of grown men who have never processed trauma from their childhood. And so getting more men to step up, to say, hey, I deal with mental health, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I think it really will provide a segue into more younger people in our school systems to be able to express themselves as well. And seeking help is not weak, and,
No.
and depression and anxiety is not feminine.
Well, I say if you have a toothache, you go see a dentist. If you break an arm, you go see a medical doctor to fix it. If you have a foot injury, you go see a doctor that specializes in that. If something's wrong with your mind, that's no different than all those other things, correct? So tell me here in the last minute or so about the event. Let's pop that graphic back up there if we can, Scott, about what that event is, what's going to take place on the 27th at your event.
On the 27th, we're going to have these guys come in. They're going to get a little fitness exercise by Mr. Jerome Ventress, a trained therapist, a fitness therapist, and then they're going to see me. We're going to talk about some healthy ways of identifying their emotions, how to communicate their emotions, also how to improve their relationships, and how to identify their traumas as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of processing. The men will be able to build community around each other, and then this is going to be ongoing. So this is just one of many.
So Dr. Ricard, if people want to learn more about this event or you, what could they do?
Follow me on social media.
All right, and your handle is?
Christie Ricard, our Renewed Mind Counselor, on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, and the event, as you see on the screen there, is going to be on June 27th. It's a good thing there's a QR code there. If you freeze the screen, you could probably capture that and do it right on your phone. Doc, I appreciate it. Look, I got to get you to come back because I want to dig into this social media impact on our society, all right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cuteness overload is up next. I promise. Stay right there.